Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be a 13-seat clock calendar reading. So it's technically for December of 2020, but we're really going to be mostly looking at the next year. Okay, so we're doing Sagittarius because we're in Sun sign Sagittarius right now. I've got some notes about where the planets are going to be in December and when the Uranus retrograding in Taurus goes direct on January 14th. I'm not looking at any other aspects in January yet. As per where the planets are going to be. And if something comes through and that's what it seems like, then that's fine. But I'm not going to look up and write down detailed information for planetary positions for every month. So we're just getting it like an overview. Oh, before I get started, I want to say if you are watching this video, consider subscribing to my channel. It's fairly low commitment. And also it would be awesome if people would leave a comment, even if you just throw down an emoji, because it's going to help get me up in the algorithm, and it might help people who need to see this who otherwise would not have, because I would get buried in the melee. If you want to get a reading, you can get one. Just email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com, or check out the list of readings in the description box of my infomercial video. That's going to be linked below this. Check out my link tree. That's got the links to everything. linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Alright, hopefully that was in the screen because I wasn't really looking. There'll be a couple of little like blips about that like in the top of the frame as the video goes on, and then I'll have my panel up at the end of the video as well. And then the links are going to be in the description below this. So we're doing Sagittarius here. We're looking at the year. So I've got the charms out because I'm going to get an overview for the next year with these. But right now, what's right in the middle here is December. So let's see what's going on with Sagittarius in December. So this is really important, actually. Jupiter is currently in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, fire planet, currently in Capricorn, while the sun is in Sagittarius sign. Okay. So, in Sagittarius, the sun, the moon, Mercury, and the South Node are all going to be in Sagittarius on the 14th and 15th of December. And then Venus is trailing and hops in on the 16th when the moon moves out. There's almost trying to be a huge cluster, but it's a lot of these planets, it's like they almost get in a group and then somebody leaves and then another one comes in the next day. It's interesting is that where Jupiter actually is in Capricorn. And in Capricorn, on the 16th to 17th of December, the moon joins Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn. Just making sure I'm getting this right. And then on the 22nd, the Sun and Mercury are going to be in Capricorn with Pluto. what's this? Why is that in the, hang on. Okay. So Jupiter and Saturn are going to be in Aquarius on December 20th. Saturn comes in on the 18th with the moon into Aquarius, hand in hand. And then Jupiter 2 days later, just missing the moon by 1 day. But the moon is going to be in Taurus on the 25th and 26th of December. And Taurus is tied into Aquarian energy right now because Uranus is retrograding in Taurus. And there's going to be a huge cluster of Aquarian energy when Uranus goes direct in January. And I'll get to that when I get to January, but I'm talking about December right now. So there's a whole crap ton of activity going on in Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. All in December. The planets are clustering. And they're doing sort of like a partner switch activity. Alright. Two of Swords inverted. The moon in Libra. And coming in inverted, it brings this aspect of sun energy. When is the moon going to be in Libra? On the 10th and 11th of December. I refuse to take on this other point of view, which is interesting because you would expect there to be balance. It's like your argument is invalid, judgment not in your favor, or the ruling not in your favor. Scorpion inverted. Look at this. This is like an ink blot here. It might not show up that well in the camera, but it's slightly greenish yellow and then orange. We're dealing with sacral issues and with the sun chakra, the solar chakra. There's a little bit of orangey red here on the little pinchers. I was getting sun energy with the moon inverted, and I'm seeing solar chakra energy here. Now, I don't remember this card particularly offhand. We do have a fire elemental. 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we have 8 letters here, which gives me the number 8. I mean, it's clearly scorpionic energy, right? It's interesting. I have Libra energy, Scorpio energy, and then Sagittarius energy here. It's like something's trying to push the time clock. Let me skim this and see what's going on with Scorpion. Okay. So in balance, it's passionate competitive, tend towards isolation. I read that wrong when I first read it. I thought it was contemplative, but it's competitive. In this position, it's jealous, resentful, and unresolved. And to bring it back into balance, you need honesty and forgiveness. So this is, I don't care about your point of view. I am resentful of what's going on with your situation. Okay. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. Time to come clean about your feelings. Okay. Festering, unresolved. We're dealing with the movement of time. So it's a point of, I'm having a hard time seeing this situation as anything but me getting kicked in the ribs. And then we have the Four of Wands inverted as well. Venus in Aries coming in inverted. I feel like this has to do with that Uranus retrograde energy because it's tied into Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. This is the firm foundation. This is like I have a solid basis to stand on. This is like, I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under me. So there's... Why did I say this is 2, 3, 4? Why is the Scorpion a number 3? Let me think about this for a minute. 2 swords. It says air, so this should be water in that position. 3 of Cups. Mercury in Cancer. What does that mean? When is Mercury in Cancer? I'm trying to figure out what this means by looking at the astrology. Give me a second. Cancer rules the moon. Mercury is going to be with the moon on the 7th to 9th. And the 27th to 29th. And the 1st and 2nd. Oh! On the 2nd. Okay. Okay, I see what's going on here. Sagittarius energy is getting a kick in the seat because Sagittarius is sitting in the south node. The full moon is in Gemini, which is the north node is in Gemini right now. So this full moon on November 30th, energy is still carrying over for a couple days while the moon still sits in Gemini on the 1st and 2nd of December. And there's going to be a kind of a reprise of this energy on the 27th and 29th of December when the moon is back in Gemini. But the energy is going to be shifted because Sagittarius won't be in Capricorn anymore. It's going to be in Aquarius. So it's kind of like saying if you're having a hard time changing your perspective, the air will be cleaner at the end of the month. And if you're still struggling with feeling like you're in free fall, you might have better luck at calming yourself at that other point. There's a lot of situation where it's like if you miss this train, there's one more coming before the end of the year. And it's happened repeatedly. It's happened, I think it was happening in the twin flame readings, and it was happening in the card of the day readings. And it's happened in other readings recently as well. Right? If you miss that first ledge to catch while you're falling down the side of the cliff, there's one more before you hit the sharp rocks on the bottom. It's an opportunity to, for Sagittarius to pull, to deal with issues that are being dredged up by these planetary shift energies, right? The moon illuminates darkness when it's full. It's like, what haven't you addressed? What are you still holding on to that you've never been able to get a different perspective on? So when it goes around in your head, it just keeps kicking you in the ass every time. You have to relive that trauma instead of being able to see it from the outside and being like, oh, okay, see what's going on here. Now I don't have to think about this and have a panic attack every time. All right, so let's put this over here. And we will get a look at what's going on as an overview for the 2021. I think that's it. Now, I'm not going to worry about where these fell this time. So, I have two charms that came out upright, and they're both birds. They're both birds that are sort of trapped on the ground. It's giving me more of this energy of Aquarius, of Uranus retrograde in Taurus, right? We have an air sign that's run aground in an earth sign, basically. We have the chicken. I don't know why I tried to call it a turkey. Probably because of the cassowary looking somewhat turkey-esque. Now, cassowary will fuck you up. They will kick a hole through your rib cage with their foot. And the rooster here doesn't always have to be encouraged to start a cockfight. And even though they're sort of the same height in the charms, the cassowary is like yay bigger. Right? It would be like this in comparison to the rooster. There's like an imbalance. It doesn't look like it, like it might not necessarily look like a fair fight. Now I see in reverse the shark here. And I think about the cassowary especially, and I'm thinking it's what we've got left of the dinosaurs. And the sharks were existing 350 million years ago before the dinosaurs even got a leg out on the ground. It's like emotional ankle biting deep in the past. That's been resolved because it's no longer facing, right? It's like when you have a quote negative card that's in reverse. So I also have in reverse the toothpaste. Intriguing. And in reverse the person in the crosswalk. It's sort of like coming off the energy of December. It's like you can't get away from cleaning up emotional baggage from deep in the past. This sort of primal thing that has perpetual motion, that's just there to feed off your energy. And alright, so my section stopped. So I was saying that this is like perpetual motion of this past trauma that's trying to be resolved in December. And then in the next year we have this position where we have this grounded approach to perceptions and communication, where we have a better ability to see what we're up against and hopefully plan accordingly. All right, so let's look what's going on in January in particular. So on January 14th, Uranus is going direct in Taurus. And on that day, there is a complete cluster of stuff in Aquarius. Okay? The moon is in Aquarius, Mercury is in Aquarius, Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius. Right? Sagittarius is ruling planet in Aquarius, while this ruling planet of Aquarius is flipping over. As well as Mercury, the communication, the air elemental, and the moon, when we saw that the moon was having a huge effect on Sagittarius in December as well. Now on top of that, Mars is going to be in Taurus with Uranus on the 14th. So there's going to be that extra fire aspect sharing the space of the turning planet. All of those things are going to end up being connected energetically on that day of January 14th. So 2021 is a 5. And then January 14th is a 15. So there's this idea of a pivot, right? The planet is turning, but the pivot is for the entire year because of that 2021 energy. And then the January has the energy of 1, the magician. The 14th is a day of temperance, balance. But interestingly enough, on that day of the 14th, temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. So there's no way in hell it's not going to affect Sagittarius. Combining to the devil, Capricorn energy, you are being bound to this karmic debt of needing to shift. Alright, so let's look at the January cards. Come on, February, get a hold of yourself. Oh, there's a narwhal that got stuck down here. This is a swords creature that is in the water. So there's that emotional work that's going to have to be done in order to clear the way to see what's going on. So we have the Page of Swords inverted, which is a slightly higher vibration of the Two of Swords inverted. And the way that I've restructured how I'm doing these, the Page of Swords is holding, hold on to your butts here, Uranus energy. And with starfish, so we do have a water elemental here. I see a little bit of green here, but it's mostly orangey and yellowy. So we're dealing with the same sacral and solar chakra energy. We do have that pentacle energy with the 5 there. Page of Swords is a 1 or an 11. It's that universal timing. And the starfish will be a 97. So beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. Okay. So the starfish, it says these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. All right, so are you being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have you put aside to please others? You know, that's like when you square off with your thoughts and learn how to speak up for yourself. You're going to say, well, what's the use of looking good if everything is a pain in my ass? What do I want to do? You need to be able to express yourself, Sagittarius. So, spinning into the challenge position, I have the Knight of Rods here. All right, he's really yellow. He's all up in the solar chakra. He's got a phoenix on his head. He's trying to rise from his own ashes. A knight inverted tells me the Hanged Man, but he's in the challenge position. He's groggy and has a little bit of sleep paralysis, trying to wake up from this sort of nightmare of falling and falling and falling forever. All right, there's a kick coming from Neptune having gone direct on the 28th of November. The Knight of Wands energy is Scorpio and Sagittarius, right? He's like waking from a dead sleep. There's a stirring inside. There's a beginning to be a resistance to things that don't offer any kind of core fulfillment. So let's look at February. Look at January. Interesting. The energy ruling January is the King of air, Capricorn and Aquarius energy. And we see that playing out coming in here. So in February, we have, or is that the Queen? I think that's the Queen of Air, my bad. I haven't looked at these little drawings in a long time. Or is that the King? Let me see. Swords. Why is that all? That doesn't make any sense. Is that let me. Well, anyway, I think it's supposed to be a king, but I feel like it should be Libra and not Aquarius on there, but I don't know. Maybe I drew that wrong. Oh, I did draw it wrong. It's supposed to be Aquarius. Well, that's just silly. Okay. Made a mistake on my cheat sheet. Okay. I'm not confused anymore. February, we have Aquarius and Pisces energy with a Knight of Water energy. The Empress, number 3. Venus energy. Hummingbird. Look at all this chakra energy coming out. But very much red in the throat. It's like throwing up or being able to speak about the root issues. Seven of Wands inverted. And the way that I've restructured how I'm reading these, it's giving me Pluto in Leo energy. Inverted. And I already had this night waking up from a dead sleep. And this is more of the same kind of energy. I'm shaking out the cobwebs. I'm not going to be overly defensive. No, I see 10 total here, right? I'm putting down my defenses so that I can let in some nurturing for myself. When we're in February, we get to that Valentine's Day energy, and it's sort of like love is in the air, but just kidding for myself, though. Like self love. I'm going to buy myself some chocolates. Okay, 11 letters here. Universal timing. A spotlight on myself. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Or is it resourceful? An endless well of energy and positivity. Hummingbird's secret is that it's learned to gather nectar and returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. The sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Okay. So it says, when in balance, it's smart and curious and loves to learn. So it's like I'm starting to learn how to nurture myself in order to complete a cycle where I'm just constantly on the defense because I'm so exhausted. I have nothing left to give to myself. So okay, March. So we're dealing with the Queen of Wands. Energy. Pisces and Aries. Four of Cups inverted. Probably a good sign. Eagle inverted, maybe not as good a sign. And the World inverted. It's weird that so many of these are upside down. 21 breaking down to a 3 and then a 4. And then Eagle with 5 letters in the name. So we have 3, 4, 5. We're trying to ramp up to something, but we're still in sort of a low energy. Like, I'm trying to make progress, but I'm really goddamn tired. Now I see this wreath here. We have the eagle over here representing Scorpio. So I have the wreath, and then I have this portal right here on the eagle card. Four of Cups, that's the moon card inverted. Sun energy, perchance. And the World is Saturn energy, which is Capricorn, but it's coming in upside down. Right? It's like I'm turning the world on its head. I'm looking back at the world and without this sense of complete apathy anymore. You know, I realize that maybe the world isn't just me being constantly shat on. Maybe there's something that is actually available for me to have that's in some way emotionally fulfilling. So let's see what Eagle inverted is doing. This is more of an air elemental inverted, right? Grounding. Crash landing. Okay. So it says, all-pervading power, truth seeker, and transforms karma. So there's a karmic debt hanging in the balance. And that's a lot of what's going on with these energies right now. But it looks like there's like an extension on... It's like I have an extension on my taxes until March. I know that's not when taxes actually happen, but like we're postponing your birthday party until March. Something like that. Mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. Okay, see, he's got a phoenix on his hat. That's what this eagle energy is doing. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You're stronger than you think. So it's out of balance. It's controlling. Okay. So this energy is Sagittarius, realizes there's something to be had in the world, and now they're going to like control every aspect of their life instead of going with the universal flow. It's a little bit of overcorrection. All right, so we're looking at April. King of Pentacles energy, Aries and Taurus. Two of Pentacles. Okay. This is Jupiter and Capricorn. Right, Sagittarius, his own energy coming up against that Capricorn Saturnian energy again. Notice how this is inverted, the world was inverted, things are turning. This is a low vibrational version of a choice, right? It's a low vibration of the Lovers, because the Lovers is a choice. It's the duality, masculine, feminine, light and dark, but it's also healing. And this is, you don't have a choice. Right? The universe is pushing you to blow through this karmic cycle. So we have a whale, also inverted. There's a little bit of a resistance going even deeper. Right? What is in the darkness in your heart that you haven't fully addressed yet? Just because you went through a strong cycle in December doesn't mean that everything's fully cleared out yet, right? You're only just beginning to wake up to this. We do have 8 of Cups. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. Is it the moon? And what is that? 8 of Cups. Saturn in Pisces. So again, you can't get away from that Capricornian energy. And now that Neptune's been direct for a couple months, it's getting out of its own shadow and telling you gotta leave all this emotional baggage behind. Well, how do you know what you're leaving behind if you don't go down into the depths to see what's in the wine cellar? Move the whale. Skim the whale a little bit. to dry out the boards of your airship so it doesn't get moldy. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. So when out of balance like this, it's a feeling of heaviness and it's slipping into your old story, right? This is like the pressure of having to do another round of self-clearing only a couple months after trying to wake up from the last one is like, man, everyone's out to get me. What is this bullshit again? I just can't seem to... Like, I just can't do anything right. And that's pulling into this baggage. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. Trust them to be a beacon in your darkest hour. I just find it really interesting that the whale is upside down, but look at this. This narwhal was stuck over here on May, which is the very next month. It's supposed to be an overview of the year, but I can't help but think that there's a whale here, and now there's a narwhal that got stuck underneath that little tent. The ability to go deeper so that your thoughts and emotions aren't horribly tangled. You want to walk away from these emotions, but you do need to go deep enough to figure out what they are. You know, when you get down into that story, don't get wrapped up in it. Have the ability to look at it with discernment, with this air energy, to say, I'm not going to, put on this costume of past me and play this role out again like a method acting scene. I'm going to be the viewer this time so I can process it. And, this is sort of like the whale inverted is like, oh no, I'm getting torpedoed by my own memories. Crap. It's sort of like a warning. Like, don't fall into that trap. Don't get caught in that net. So we have May energy, we have Knight of Air, Taurus and Gemini energy. Ace of Wands. Okay, here's a turnaround. Grab onto that sucker with both hands. Now the Unicorn. So not only are we, if we get over this May, or this April situation, April showers bring May fire. We have this Unicorn. 7, number 7. So we have Chariot energy, perhaps, which is usually as harshish. We have the Moon here. We have upper level chakra colors, but we have the third eye opening with spiritual energy coming in. Let me just skim the Unicorn. I am Unicron. Where's the... Now notice how the Unicorn and the Narwhal are also very similar. Here we're more grounded though. We're less floating in the emotions. We're like climbing out onto the solid ground. This is a command center, intellect, intuition, deepest wisdom, peering into the future. So it has to do with belief and thinking like, oh my god, is this real? Like, okay, there it just says the Unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. Exploring, contemplating the inexplicable. So this is like does life exist without feeling like crap all the time? Like, is that even possible? I don't know, but I really hope so, because I'm burning with desire to exist where I feel like I'm able to follow my passions without being dumped on. So the Fool inverted. And I feel like this isn't really supposed to be inverted. He's in the sun. He's in the sun center. He's in that solar chakra. And I really feel like this is coming out inverted because there's a post-shadow of Uranus retrograde. And I don't know why it would still be there in May, 4 months later, but it could be a lingering after effect. And it's really disturbing me that this bindle looks like a ball sack. What does the Fool inverted mean? Okay, so it's a little bit like taking a step back and then 2 steps forward and then a step back. Progress is a little bit slower because it's like, is it safe to come out? Looking at June. Queen of Cups energy, Gemini and Cancerian energy. The Star inverted. Aquarius energy. Again, with a Fool, Uranus with inverted Aquarian energy. And now the Star directly inverted Aquarian energy. 17 breaking down to an 8. I'm like afraid to have hope. But look at this, the Four of Wands. It's extremely yellow. It's like you're psyching yourself out of building on your passion. And I have the Deer inverted as well. This is heart chakra here. Let's see what she's got going on with her here, 81. Oh, maybe... Oh, okay, I'm on the wrong page. It's like, which way do the numbers go? Okay, so it says, loving, intuitive, graceful, and the mother. Out of balance, it's concerned and protective. Feminine aspects of earth energy. Especially potent in new parents. Fully present, nurturing, and calm. The Deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. Okay, so it's like I'm having a hard time having real honest hope in my building my dream because I don't have a pattern of successfully nurturing what I want. Whether I've tried before and it hasn't worked out, or whether I've started it and somebody's put me down or sabotaged in some way. It's anxiety, but still this Four of Wands here, like damn, right after the Ace. So we have July. King of Fire energy, Cancer and Leo. Sagittarius. So, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the way I'm reading this now, this is Uranus in Taurus. It probably will still be in Taurus, albeit direct at that point, although I'm not entirely sure when it moves. So it may or may not be like actually in Taurus at that time. But that was the card is representing for me. Hangman inverted. Neptune retrograde energy. Hangman inverted is usually at night, like waking up. And I have Wolf inverted. This Wolf energy inverted is like a my way or the highway. Like, I'm going to protect you, but you have to do everything I say, like every way I say it. And it's like, hold up a second. If I'm working for you and you say you're going to have my back, but if I do what I want to do, you're going to boot me out the door, that's not right. And we see that this 5 and this 12 here is equaling this 17, that's the star. It's like this issue is being brought to resolution in July. So we have August, Knight of Earth with Leo and Virgo energy. Death inverted. There's Todd. 13, Scorpionic energy. I wonder when Pluto is moving out of Capricorn. I haven't looked yet. Maybe it's in August, maybe it's not. Root energy there, big time. And the same white flower that the Fool is carrying. This is an internal transformation, an internal death cycle when it's inverted like that, or it's resistance to transformation. 6 of Cups inverted, the Sun in Scorpio inverted. Possibly Moon energy. Scorpionic energy twice. I am transforming my inner child. Hawk energy. Look at this. Red, orange, yellow, a little bit of green, trying to work on those lower chakras. So let's see what the Hawk says. We have a number 4 on here because there's 4 letters. Possibly relating to the Emperor. Or that foundational number right here. Number 4. What the hell am I? 175. So this came upright. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. Fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. The hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. It may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect you. Okay, so we have clear vision and intuition, which is helping to resolve and transform the inner child. This is, my parents said they would protect me, but I had to do everything they said, and I'm waking up and realizing that that's kind of not, that's not right, because it's left me in this position where I feel like I'm going to be cast off from society if I do what I want. And this is the healing of that there, the inner child. September. Queen of Air. Virgo and Libra energy. Four of Pentacles inverted. I'm not surprised to see this. This has been coming up in the readings I've been doing in the last day-ish or so. And I've reassigned this Neptune in Capricorn. Now what the crap? But I think for the purposes of this reading, I'm going to go back to the traditional, which is the sun in Capricorn, because of all this yellow background here. Coming in inverted, it tells me moon energy. I am learning what belongs to me and what doesn't belong to me. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, 14, balance. Notice 14 and 4 is 18, that's the moon. I'm balancing my light and my dark, and I'm accepting, I'm taking resources that are mine, and I'm getting rid of resources that I don't need or that don't belong to me in terms of energy, property, whatever. Cobra. This is energy coming up from the root. There's a drive towards the higher self. This could also be the Kundalini energy, but I am going to skim this in the book. Very fiery. We see that with the fire elementals coming in. I have number 5 here because of the 5 letters, which is also a pivot or shift. Notice the 14 breaks down to 5 as well. The change in the hairs. 141. Pausing, waiting, and the inner teacher. Student of life, humble and wise. Teacher or spiritual guardian. The inner teacher. Manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What are you ready to learn? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So this temperance here, some people call it the fix-it angel. It's like a healing. It's like a cleansing and healing coming from your guides. And what are you learning? Not to hoard things. Don't hoard your emotional baggage. Don't harbor grudges. Don't take on other people's emotional challenges when it's their life lesson to go through it. You know, and don't embezzle money from little old ladies because they really need it. You know, those kinds of things. Alright, so let's look at October. October! If October once, October twice. So we have the King of Water here, Libra and Scorpio. Oh, my God, yeah, Jesus. We have the Page of Wands, so we have another page coming in inverted. Sometimes when the Page of Wands is upright, it's interestingly enough, my one-night stand card. It's, you know, I'm new to fire, but I can't say that. I can't say that. That's just too rude. An explosive flash that's maybe not as climactic as it was foretold to be, with a quick fizzle out. Now I have Temperance inverted. What's going on, October? And then we have the Bat. So we have red energy there with the Page. And then we have this sort of orange and yellow energy here with Temperance Angel. And then we have the bat, red and orange energy again. And this is the moon from the unicorn card. Look at, where the hell did he go? Look at the moon. This is like sonar, psychic ability. But let me see what it says. Oh, do I not have the page number written on here yet? What the crap? I must not have gotten this card very often. That. Air element. Just thinking the table of contents can eat a dick, but I don't think this thing has a table of contents. Which is probably why I have to write the numbers on the cards. 155. Okay. Oh, it's smelly. Okay, the bat. Darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. The bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. With that night vision goggle shit going on. A master of the subtle senses, the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The end of a chapter, closing of a door. Encouragement to move on. No more lingering in the past. Accepting, adapting, adjusting. Okay. This is accepting that things that were a flash in the pan before in your life have been balanced out and you can move on from them. This is all the stuff that, like, I could never work out. I was ready to go and get my stuff all sorted out and I couldn't do it. And it's like, well, you had help to learn how to do it. Don't get all frazzled thinking that you're screwed without training wheels. All you need to do is stay focused on heading toward your own sunrise. Like, anxiety here, anxiety here. Every time there's a shift coming, Sagittarius is like, oh, I don't think my arrow's gonna make it all the way there. Fuck. It, you know, like, is the wind speed okay? Am I, like, how tight is the bow strong? What, like, do I get a running start? Like, can I shoot my crossbow while hanging off the side of the saddle on the horse? It's like, stop focusing on the little coals that are burning out on the ground. Focus on the huge fire in front of you. November, the night of fire, Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. 3 of Swords. Miss Sad. Saturn in Libra. With the Lamb inverted. Interesting, this situation here. We have the Tower. This is Mars energy. Fellow fire sign. What is going on with Sagittarius? I'm kind of worried about this reading because I have a stellium and I'm like, what am I in for? What have I not been working on? Damn, son, what the hell? I'm going to have to read the Lamb because I don't know what the hell this is for. 77. Peaceful, prophetic, and patient. Okay, so inverted, quiet, timid, and concerned. It's that anxiety again. Okay, I know what we're doing here. There's a tower moment for this anxiety and the what if nobody likes me anymore? 16 breaking down to a 7 plus a 3, completing the cycle of not being able to stand up for yourself and getting your emotions stomped on, no matter how hard you try to think logically. Perfect time for that sun sign Sagittarius. If you're not doing it now, you gotta get ready for the next one coming around. And then we have 3 of Wands for the December following that tower. Look at this dirigible here. Right? My ships are coming in. Sun in Aries. Toasty. And then the cheetah, look at that. It's similar energy. I am going to read this though. It looks like a portal. He's running to catch that Stargate. And then we have the 6 of Cups. Did I not get this? Yes, this came in over here inverted. Healing my inner child. This Sun in Scorpio, to go with the Sun in Aries, is saying, and this very solar chakra here, it's when I stand up for myself, I am standing up for my inner child and caring for it in a way that I never have before. It's no longer going to cry every time something doesn't go right for adult Sagittarius because it's afraid that the whole thing is going to start coming down again. We have our bright future is healing a dark past. All right, so let's just look at the cheetah real quick. 137. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. Especially with the tower and then another Mars Aries card right after. The epitome of solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto it, it shines from within. Expands outward to brighten the universe. That's what sun energy does. It radiates the fire outwards. Mars energy stays in a position and pushes the energy outward. That's what causes plants to grow. That's why Aries is in the spring. Sagittarius energy takes the energy and goes boop and sends it somewhere else. Now I'm going to have to find that. Okay. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others. Naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion for forward momentum. Okay. If you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. Okay. So this is saying, it's sort of like if you really believe in yourself, you can do anything. But it's a matter of not just saying that to yourself like it's some stupid Hallmark card. It's going through this interior cleansing and really doing emotional work and trying to see things from other perspectives so that you can step outside of yourself being trapped in the role. It's like you can't heal your inner child if every time you look at your inner child, you get sort of sucked back into their head and you're sort of looking through their eyes and you've lost all ability to maintain your presence. You know, you don't want to do a walk-in. You want to have like a little bit of a haunting, basically. All right, so I'm going to have to find that tag where I chucked it. All right, if you want to get your own 13 calendar clock reading, you can do that. I have like a baker's dozen of other readings that you can order if you want to. See if I can focus this without effing up the camera. Nope. That's probably good. All right. So all of my stuff is available through the link tree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. I have the complete list of readings I have and how much they cost in the description box of my infomercial video, which is going to be linked below this. You can also email me there for the thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com for that list. I have merch and prints and actual art pieces on Etsy, including my chapbook packs, which are like little synchronicity stimulus packets. It's kind of like getting a little mini oracle reading. There's writing and little art cards in there. And if you use the codes 3star17, you'll get 17% off any purchase of 3 items or more. If you go through the link tree to Etsy, that should pop that up in the top of the screen. If you want to help keep this channel running, you can donate. Hit that tip jar, energy exchange, paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo. I've got some coloring books and stuff over on Amazon. So again, this whole chart of stuff available on the link tree. Also if well, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, even if it's just a little emoji. Check out my playlist tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.